God damn it, I'm empty. Guess I just gotta cook more fucking food.
On today's video. Привет, друзья! Как дела? Меня зовут Тай. Это Сибирь и это кош.
And for Kompot, you're gonna need at least 2 different kind of berries, but because my paycheck came in early, I bought 3. You're also gonna need enough sugar to finally give myself type 2 diabetes. You're gonna need some cinnamon sticks, some of your finest great value honey. So we're gonna start off with about 3 liters worth of water for it to come to a boil. And while we've got that water boiling, what you're gonna want to do if you're following along at home is finally chop up your onion like a normal human being this time. Sorry, I just noticed you got your slits right across here. Now you pretty much just do the same thing to the other half. If you got a rough chop going on, you kind of just want to put it into a big ass bowl without feeding any to your cats, because believe it or not, onion is poisonous to cats. And then next you're going to want at least 1 teaspoon of dill. You just really want to shit out like a good bit of the beef. You know, I'm not hungry no more. I saw an advert for Burger King and now I'm hungry again. Next you're going to add a teaspoon of the oregano and then the basil from McCormick, because we love McCormick. Like everything I do, I don't actually measure shit. I just guess and hope for the best. Now, if you want to, you can wear gloves. But if you're like me, you can go for them and just mix them all together. Voila. You have your onion, baby. Let's go, Amtrak! Woo! Yeah, before I forget, you want to add the garlic in there as well. And now, because I am just so goddamn smart, you add the salt and the pepper. And since this is still not boiling, what you're going to want to do is you want to get a mix-a bowl and start adding some ingredients to that. 3 cups of flour, and of course make sure you're wearing complete black so it's, you know you made a mess. Single egg byway product. Teaspoon salt. And you're going to want around a tablespoon of the oil. Put all that into the mix-aid, or if you're fancy, you can do it by hand. I just don't have the time nor the patience. You're gonna want to add 1 tablespoon of sugar, or if you're fancy like me, just 3 tablespoons. And of course, my favorite ingredient, a shot of number 57 Smirnoff blend. Voila. And of course, because I'm a genius, you add the water last. Now that you got the beginning part of this all taken care of, what you're gonna want to do, dump a little bit of flour on the table, because we love making messes. Pour this onto the table. Always make a huge mess. You sort of want to mix it up until it's a fine dough. Just like Life of Boris, if you don't happen to have a rolling pin, there's always the need to improvise. So you're probably going to want to get it to about a little over 1 centimeter thick. You just sort of do that. Try your best to not fuck it up. Ma'am. Want to take your little circle doodad, put it right, add it down, put it dab square in the center. Yeah, no, wait a minute, this looks like shit, let me remake it. Then you just sort of fold it in on itself, make sure it's nice and tight. I always like to make sure that the little pieces on the side are off beforehand. And you just fold her up. Always make sure to just pat the sides down, more so for presentation more than anything practical. Now you just fold it over each other, pat her down. And we're back. Now that your water's starting to boil, you can finally add your berries. The only limit to the berries is how big your crock pot is. And now you just add your berries. Make sure you always splash yourself in the face with the boiling water. And now you just sort of wait for shit to start boiling again. Now that the water's back to boiling, you add the type 2 diabetes worth of sugar. Spatula if you're smart, but I am not, so I just directly lay these in the pan. And you let them sit for about minute 30, maybe 2 minutes, and then you flip them over again. We'll see what happens. Now, I wasn't joking about using this thing as the rolling pin either. It's really fucking useful. Part in the cooking process where I like to add the cinnamon sticks. And then you add 2 tablespoons of honey, because this shit does not have any sugar enough already. Then you just flip them over. What you don't want to do is you don't want to stick your hand in the deep frying oil like I almost just did because I am so goddamn smart. Now, it shouldn't take too long for them to have this sort of sound. But just make sure don't to let it burn. Go ahead and take these little cocksuckers out without dropping them on the floor. And you just let them dry. I call this one the Big Kahuna because it's kind of big, so it kind of needs to cook for twice as long. Do not let it burn. I forgot to mention at the start, but the berries that I decided to use were strawberries, raspberries, and blackberries because I'm a true patriotic American. The best part about Kompot is the fact that you can have it both hot and cold, so it's both technically a summer and a winter. My favorite seasoning is Everclear. And because I used all the vodka inside of the dough, I'm gonna have to substitute with something else. So all you have to do is say Slava Ukraini.